Okay, this is the next update. It's just a small one. I was working on my Viking truck that is Faller car pickup, and basically you can swap the shell kind of onto the Faller chassis. So I went and dug and found all my Faller trucks, a couple of these Dunlop and aqua green one are Lima. But anyway, I went through and found all of them. I kind of did an inventory. I have 3 of the fire trucks. What I used to do to buy vehicles, like, I'll just show you. If you take the vehicles on the layout, plus this shoebox is full, because I do have some put out. Like, now I see the prices that vehicles are going for on eBay. I could not afford. Somebody said one time, you could sell all your little cars and get a real car. And I thought about it at, some of them are going for $50 a pop, like these two-tone Classic Metalworks ones. That's crazy. I bought these things 15 years ago. I just search N-scale vehicle lot on eBay, and you just buy them. And then what ends up happening is eventually you get 3 fire trucks. That's the smart way to do it. When you go and individually buy stuff that's new, I mean, yeah, okay, it was in played with condition. It might have dust on it. Who cares? So this is a dollar store helicopter, so it cost $1.25. I have 2 of them because they had 2. If I was to buy an N-scale helicopter, it would cost X amount. I do have some of the larger, let me see if I can find one. Some of these are the Jada vehicles, all the little Gladiators, because I have a blue Gladiator, so I like painting those up and hot gluing tires on them. I love the monster trucks, obviously. Going to make room for a big stadium in the Las Vegas portion, because that's the one that goes to the shows. I love McDonald's Coke. If you watch my videos, I drink McDonald's Coke every day. That's my cigarettes. So I've got a couple McDonald's going on. I'd like to get one of those Burger Kings again. I had one in the past, but I sold it. So anyway, oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Road Champions. So they're a little bit larger, but these are big cars. Here's an actual N-scale. So you put this up front, you put that a little farther back. These are cheap. Micro Machines, some of them can make sense. It's up to you. They are exaggerated is the right term that my dad uses. These are Jada Jurassic Park, and now I was going to make a Jurassic Park out of 3D printing, and Jada made a Jurassic Park entrance like in their new catalog. So I'm going to be picking that up for 29 bucks, and somewhere in here I'm going to fit Jurassic Park, because I have a Jurassic Park Jeep as well. I have a Jeep problem in real life. So anytime I see a Jeep, even though it's not the right era, I'm buying it if it's in scale or close to. Vehicles they make the layout. These have been played with a little bit by my kids. I got Herbie there. But I don't have a 3D printer yet. The one at the library is a filament printer. I'm going to be getting a resin printer. When I get a resin printer, then I'm printing a bunch of tanks for flat cars. And the reason for this parking lot in the Army base is for parking tanks, parking Army Jeeps. I just love the idea of that. I'm not going to pay $25 American for an N-scale tank. That doesn't make sense. So the other thing that I wanted to update you on is I scraped all this off, which I explained, and I actually did some more scraping up here, and I have this glued down and leveled. So I have to come back and cut out some more hot glue, because basically what I do is I get the hot glue gun really hot It's an industrial glue gun, and I make it so it's liquid, but some seeps out. And then I just come back when it's dry, when it's cured, and I just razor blade that off. Works awesome. So if you were to look at this track now, it's completely level, which is what it should be, instead of like this. So this is when it's loose, this is when it's glued down. These two are glued down. So you know, this took 2 nights to get that the way I wanted, and then I also soldered where there was gaps, a couple little bits, so you can see, and I ran my steam through there and it runs awesome. So just doing lots of tune-up of my track. This can be glued now, this section in front of the lake, and I can continue down here once I get that far. Probably the next section I'm going to glue is here, because I did all the testing on this middle line where the Mikado is. So I'm gonna get that glued down, and then in here I'm gonna make I was gonna spray some grate foam, because this goes a little bit over the edge and this goes a little bit over the edge, but what I decided is I have these, I don't know, they were like a fence of sticks from the dollar store, so I'm gonna cut those up at the chop saw, and I'm gonna make like a cribbing out of logs, and scale, well, in scale in quotes, logs on there, because that's an opportunity for that. I really like it when the track comes close to the edge. It doesn't fall because it's unitrack, but that's an opportunity to make a kind of a unique scene. So sort of something you would see on a narrow gauge logging railroad, not really Northern Pacific, but Northern Pacific was kind of spindly if you watch the videos. So I kind of broke one of my no-no rules, which is a curve to a curve, but I had to make this work. And it's one of the super elevated sections, so I'm going to solder that. Notice that there's a difference in elevation, so I have 2 thicknesses of cork. I need the thinner one under this piece between the double track sections to make that all level, and then I can hot glue all of that down. And I've got a pin here so that the track doesn't move. It's in position where I like. So then if you come over to here, this is kind of a pointed section, so it would make it so the coupler would, if the couplers were not perfect, they would become unaligned here. So what I do is I'll either use my trusty scraper or sanding block and just sand down that section and get that down. I've been running the big boy all weekend. It was quite enjoyable. Didn't really get a lot of scenery done, but I got this thing built in the weekend. I was totally bagged from that, but I've got some training that I'm heading to for 16 weeks. I want to get as much done as possible before that happens. And anyway, we'll I guess this has turned into a medium length update. So I found my Faller airplane tower. So I've got my Lego one that I made because I couldn't find it. Yeah, keep on keeping on, guys. Make sure you do whatever you can to save money to make it so that you got nice stuff. All right, talk to you later.